today we are doing math. You want to go ahead and start us off?
Sure. So just to review our norms, ours are prior to meetings, all data will be entered so that we can use our time for data analysis more effectively. We will assign groups based on which team members are most effective at teaching the specific skill. We will have resources ready for all Tier 2 groups at the end of each PLC meeting, and we will respect each other, trust each other, and work hard in order to create an encouraging environment.
Woohoo!
And our focus word is Jillian.
Jillian. We like to have fun. Okay. So, we're going to be looking at ATO 9. So, it's linked in the agenda if you want to pull up that spreadsheet. Currently, we've been working on this for about 3 weeks now, right?
Yes.
So, we're at 70%, and our goal is to be finished by the end of this week because we have to move on to fractions based on our long-range plan. But 70% is good. So what we need to do is kind of go through and readjust groups based on who needs what.
I'll go ahead and start typing if someone wants to read out the kids to me. For indicator 2.
It is just Bentley and Eli for indicators 1 and 2.
So I can meet with them individually because I can do addition tables with them.
Okay.
Addition and subtraction tables.
Okay.
I'm going to say James during Tier 1 math.
Yes.
Okay. Indicator 3.
Okay.
Anthony, Cadence, Annalyn, Raylan. Sorry.
No, you're
Big
good. I
scroll.
spelled Anthony as Anton.
Sophia.
Sophia.
And that's it for indicator 3.
Okay.
Indicator 4, Braylon, Reeves, Iris. Iris can do it. She just needs help
She
with the
needs
facts.
facts practice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She very much so can do it though.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's holding her back.
Bella. Same with Bella. Bella can do it. She just needs facts practice.
Same with Reeves and Braylon.
That surprises me about Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
Willow. Adeline. That's it for 4.
Okay.
5.
Caroline?
She's the only one. A lot of people that don't have 5 don't have another indicator before that.
I got you.
And 6, David, Tanner, same thing, a lot of, John,
Okay.
Jacob, and that's it.
Okay. So that means we have most of our kids in extension, which is awesome.
Yes. Most of our kids are in the extension group.
Maybe we can find something for them on Freckle.
Yeah, will y'all read me?
So, question,
Yeah, you want
was there
extension?
no one for 2 because of Bentley and Eli, right?
It's just
That's
Bentley
just
and
Bentley
Eli.
and Eli. It's indicator 1 and 2.
Okay. Those are,
You want extension kids, Haley?
Yes.
Cole, Riley, Banks,
Throw.
Rhett,
remember 1 and 3 are related.
Asher.
2 and 4 are related.
Dylan, Donovan, Samuel,
5 and 6.
Jackson, Braden, Tinsley, Cortland, Liam, Tinley, Ariana, Aiden, Camden, Mason, Wade, sorry,
Okay.
Jasmine, JC, Sean, Kason, Damien, Ethan, Isaiah, Leon, Chloe, Bailey, Charlie, Alex,
It's a good problem to
No
have.
problems.
Pierce, Isaac, Mia, Paisley, Philip, Jackson, and Frankie.
So,
Excellent.
question. I would like to move these kids on.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I think we work hard with these, but I have some ideas for extension
Okay.
that they could do. They could create their own, either addition or multiplication table for someone else to use or to solve. Or we could give them, and I would link this, and you could just have them do it and then check in with them when you can. Or do like a number line almost, but have it be different. So like +1, then +2, +1, then +2. Because that's an extension of a number pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I think either would be great.
Either one? Okay. I'll work on that at some point today then and add that. So that way you can have a couple options for them to work on. Or I can find and see if there's a specific freckle assignment you could add, or
Bottle.
I don't think there's anything on the custom reports that we can do
There's not, no.
with this standard.
So I
Or
assigned
bottle.
the standard on freckle the other day, and it was
Yeah.
a lot of, so like today one of my kids was doing it, and it was like 7, 14, 28, find the pattern. So it was doubling the number each time. So it was like +7, then +14, then +28, which isn't as similar to what we've done. But that is an extension part too.
Because that's extension.
Yeah, so
Okay, so I'll say
you could assign that,
freckle, and
yeah.
I'll put a picture of the assignment.
Would something good to add be number lists as well? Like what she was saying, having it, one of the indicators be
To add in the future,
like, to add in the future, like
this way.
a line of
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah, that's how it,
Like
yeah, it
like
was.
that
Like a
kind of
pattern.
thing. Yeah.
But we did that with
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
earlier this year
resources
with one of the
was-
resources was finding the
Mhm.
pattern. Remember they had to subtract back.
Yeah.
You
So would
could
that
always-
be something we add into when we work on addition tables?
Yeah.
Would that be considered the same
Yeah,
thing?
I think you could put that in
Mhm.
addition line, because
Okay.
we also taught them. I will say it's a lot easier for them to see it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
in
I
a
agree.
table than in a
But
line.
they'll
If they see it
both
in the other
ways.
way,
They'll see
it's
it
good
both ways.
practice.
So, okay. All right, so we have,
Well, Michael, you're not going to be here the next 2 days, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take 5 and 6 since 3 of my kids are in there.
I
And
can
I'll
do,
just try to move Caroline on from addition quickly and move her to multiplication.
I can do 4.
I'll work with 3.
okay, I'll take your 2 boys.
Well, I mean that's fine, but Miss Duffy, if when you come in, since that's 2
Since
of
you're not
yours,
gonna be here tomorrow?
when you come in for tier 1,
Mhm.
if you want to take them in a small group and just
Yeah.
work on that.
Absolutely. I split yours then.
You
and
sure?
I'll keep mine.
Yeah.
Or I
'Cause
can
then,
take yours and you can have mine.
I'm good with
then you
either.
won't
You
have to
tell
worry about it,
me.
and y'all can split up some groups, make them even smaller.
I'll split Annarette's with her, so that way Zach and I aren't saying the same thing in here.
Yeah.
At the same
And
time,
really,
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right.
I'll take Bella,
by the time you
Willow,
come in,
and
well,
Adeline.
you're in early anyway. So
Sounds great.
You
But
I'll
you
take
mine.
yours. Yes.
no matter what they're working, no matter what they're doing, you can pull.
We'll
Um,
share the
It'll
love.
be good to do one-on-one with them,
Yeah.
just to kind of see
Yeah.
from what
I
we've
agree.
seen in the past week.
Yes.
I have been doing
Time.
also not given the rule, Haley, with mine to push them. Like my table and not given the rule, if you want to do that too.
I think.
And filling in the
Yeah.
input and output
Okay.
with indicator 4, because I've been with, me and Iris have been in that group for,
Mhm.
Alright. I guess we've got some time to make some resources or find some resources.
yeah.
Mhm.
If you'll work on
I'll work on it.
ours, I'll work on extension
Sounds
stuff.
great.
So all I'm gonna do is make a box,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna figure out what rule or how would the question sound? What pattern? No. Would that be it? What pattern?
What addition pattern is seen in
Addition pattern. That's what it would be.
is shown in the table.
Well,
Or, and then if you're gonna do, I think if you're gonna do it in the line,
uh-huh.
just say what rule.
So I don't even write anything. I'll just do
Just leave it as
numbers.
it is then,
Yeah, because you'll be able to explain that.
Yeah.
To me.
So I have indicator 3. Do you think one day it would be beneficial to do it this way, and then the other day it would be beneficial to do it in the table, just so they see both? Okay, awesome.
So one of the things we talked about is I think there's a better flow for
Mhm.
our indicators,
Mm-hmm.
but we kind of just had already jumped into it.
Right.
So we made a note that next year when we start with this one,
Mm-hmm.
that we'll adjust kind of
Like
how it
1 and,
works.
you said, I heard you say 1 and 3 and 2 and 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
so those should be beside each other based on
Okay.
the way we move
Like how,
them.
how you progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we started this one kind of quick
Mhm.
because
We thought we were gonna be able to start fractions and we weren't ready yet.
Yeah,
So
we weren't ready for it.
pushed
so we
fractions back, so added
back
this
to this
in
one.
from,
Got it.
because we had already done this, so we added this in.
But we knew
Got it.
that in
I'm
tier
not sure.
one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is
Ooh.
our tier 2 long range plan. So like this is where we are.
Okay.
And so that's 3/1809, and we want to be
Got
done on Friday.
Right. Even
Green.
though you've been teaching fractions.
Yes,
Okay.
even though we've been teaching fractions.
That's like what you're responding.
And then tier 2 next week we'll start fractions.
Okay,
Yes. And we'll do fractions in tier 2 all the way till March 8th.
Yay! Maybe until May 22nd. Who knows?
Maybe.
We'll see with those
They're
mixed
really
numbers.
good at partitioning and identifying
And telling us the
they
unit
can
those
fraction.
partition them.
mixed numbers
It's,
and
yeah.
equivalent fractions. Yeah.
Those very beginner Bloom's taxonomy verbs.
Oh, I guess I
Yes.
should do what are the next
They
three?
have
Yeah, I
to
think we
change
took
a
3.
improper fraction
Yeah.
to a mixed number.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
I
3.
can, it's like watching a machine explode.
I mean, it really is.
watching train, like a train.
I'm like,
It's
just
awful.
draw it out. Just draw it
I'm
out.
like, how many holes? How?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
What a
once they
fun
figure
time.
out the rule, they fill in the next 3.
Mm-hmm.
Duplicate.
Do you think it's okay for them to be below it, or should I make it so that they're next to it?
Eat your own table. With a rule.
If it would be easier, I'm fine with it.
What,
When
are
we
they
can
gonna
only.
see, what are they going to see on the test?
Times
Because if it does bother them, I can
3,
teach them
6,
like,
7, 2
just write it
times
out.
8.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do one of each and see what they do?
3, 6, 7,
Yeah.
I feel like with those two boys, if
And
they
I
see
can
it one
listen.
way, they're going to expect it to be that way
Every time.
single time.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's not, I don't think they're going
There's going to be
Get
a
it?
mutiny.
to. Right.
We had a bit of a meltdown at the end of the day today because
With the new one?
because I did writing.
With the
and-
new
uh-huh.
boy? He had a meltdown in my room as well.
Okay.
It was, I think he's very frustrated.
Mm.
Seeing a lot of new stuff that he said he has never seen.
Yeah. And when he wasn't able to get his green light, which is the one thing he does really well at
Yeah,
every day.
that was probably
He's
a lot
great.
for him.
So it's fun.
So after they do this,
No.
they'll fill in the table, or
Well,
what,
so
what are you gonna do with
these
the
will be
table?
separate. I was gonna.
Okay, you
I
were
just
just
wanted to
using
do
that as a
that
thought.
first.
Okay.
Got it, sounds
Yeah,
good.
because that looks different. So for the table, this one is challenging because the input and then the rule is done to it, and then you get the output.
Yep.
So they've got to visualize it. It's almost like there's a middle part
Mm-hmm.
where that's you're putting it through that middle part,
Right.
and then they get it out.
Okay.
This is one that Eli, when he was working on it, he could figure out the rule,
Mhm.
but he had to do it kind of in his head. Like if we started trying to do it, like talk about it,
Mhm.
he would get more confused. Yeah.
That tracks.
I
I see that.
Yeah. So it was hard because I'm like, I want to sit here and explain it to you,
Right.
but I think you could do it. But then he also wanted to go top to bottom. So like
Alright,
he
here
didn't
we-
want to.
Our 2
match
sheets.
So you wanted to
across.
like add 7 and
Yeah.
go down.
Thank you.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No problem.
So
It's
it's
just
things
page
that
1 and
you
page
can
2.
And then,
It's
like,
4 tables each
When he
day.
was trying to figure out
Different
what's
facts,
the rule, you
filling
have
in
to
inputs and outputs too.
find the difference between
Right.
the two.
Right.
He could not, no matter how many times I said difference equals subtraction or
Mhm.
difference is
Mhm.
subtraction, he couldn't repeat that.
Mm-hmm.
Even one day after the other,
Okay.
Um,
and was that like in a small group setting?
one-on-one. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was.
It's like either we
Harper.
really are getting
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah.
requesting
Totally not
access.
getting it.
I just
Well,
need to
I'm
steal
still
your
learning
table.
him.
Well,
for
that's
sure.
too bad. You can't have that. I'm just
I'll take
kidding.
some
I'm
notes
sharing
while
it
you're
right
gone tomorrow.
now.
Okay.
Because I won't be here.
Let
Well,
me
you won't be here on Thursday either, but we can
Yeah.
circle back up Friday.
Yeah. That worked.
Thank you.
Well,
You're welcome.
What do
You're
you
welcome,
guys do
friend.
with your work? Like all these
No, but it's-
activities you're doing tomorrow.
You copy
So
that table
after
out.
I work with Eli
Copy
and
that
that
table.
do I bring you, or just leave it on
Yeah,
his desk?
you can
Like
give
what
it
you
to him,
Okay.
but what we usually do
I'm changing the
is
numbers, I just need the format.
like
Dare
if
touch
we
my numbers.
if we have a kid that is we feel like ready to move on, like they work with us and in group and they do 5 questions with us and then they're able to do the rest on their own, like 6 or 7 on their own or even less. We can tell they've got it. We put moving on and we send it to the teacher. But like normally we check them off on the spreadsheet and move them even if they're not in our class, but we don't expect you to do that.
Okay.
So you just send it
I'll
to
just make a
Michael.
little note. Like,
Yes.
are
And
we
say-
moving on or not?
Yeah.
And then- okay.
Like,
And just
Okay.
say, like, if you feel like he's ready, which is unlikely,
Mhm.
but, you know, aim for the
Sorry.
stars.
And like for which these don't have any like words or anything.
Right.
But what we've been doing a lot of is giving him those accommodations and
Right.
making note like on his paper because we write whether they are moving on or staying for the
Like
next
if they
day.
need one more
Okay.
day or
Okay.
Because
more
we try to
time.
move them as quickly as possible.
Right.
So we make quick note of that and then move them in the spreadsheet
Mm-hmm.
and we write it on the paper. So you can also write things like
Yeah.
oral accommodations
Got it.
or those things for success. Like Harper one time, especially in reading,
Mhm.
because he can show the skill. It's
Mhm.
the reading that's the problem, but we want to be able to at least say you can do the
Good
skill.
skill.
Right.
So
With the but
with
you want to
the-
know that you had the
yeah.
Like a lot of my kids have
He did great
IEPs
with
or
me today.
ESOL
Right.
accommodations,
Did he?
so
Great.
if
Yeah.
I have those kids,
Yeah.
I want to
I
know
moved
like
him on. Yeah.
if they're being
He's
assessed,
still-
they need to have
he's
those
been more
accommodations.
confident
Right,
this week
that
than he
makes
was
a lot of
last
sense.
week.
He did great.
And
this
so,
week.
you know, just jot it.
Yep,
Jot
I got
jot
it.
down.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and review everything.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to be meeting on Wednesday and Thursday with math groups, and our goal is to move on. We need to be done, but we're almost there, so that's good.
We only need 10% more of our kids, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Woohoo!
If we have any extra time, maybe tomorrow or Thursday, maybe we could plan to pull your kids who are not gonna be able to meet, if there are any. That way they don't miss out on any time, or Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are they
Um,
testing on Friday?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna ask.
I have it all written down in my planner, but let me pull it up again.
Because if they're not on Friday, then we can just use that time.
Mm-hmm. That means we don't need to do a CFA that day, because we'll be needing to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Friday, 2nd and 4th, so no Friday. So Friday's a good day for them.
So we can do.
Woohoo!
So we
We can do
Good.
catch up for them.
We can do one group where we just pull those. We'll figure it out.
Mhm.
Because it's one,
Let's see, it'll be Sophia.
so just two
and
groups.
Jacob. So it'll affect Zach's group and my group. And I can just pull Jacob in
And
my
if-
group on Friday, and then if you just want to pull Sophia on Friday quickly
Sure.
to give her the assessment, see if she
Yes.
can move on.
Okay.
And if anybody else needs a CFA from any other group, then you can just send them to Annarette or I, and we can give it to them and assess whether they can move on. We have a plan for extension kids, so just make sure to look at that before, so you can assign that freckle assignment to them.
We'll do that right
And we'll be ready for fractions
Ooh.
for next week.
now.
Woohoo!
We'll start working on that spreadsheet.
Yeah, that would be great, Mike.
But I'm excited that we've stuck to our timeline.
No, we've
and that
been
we're,
good,
we're
yeah.
almost done.
We're on track for
I
our
think-
long range plan.
I think 5 weeks for
Yay.
fractions should be good.
Mhm.
Never enough.
Well, we don't have time, so
Yeah.
we're not.
Yeah.
We're gonna be pushing them
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because then we have to do time.
All right.
sing beautifully.
So for our agenda next week, we need to go ahead and create a pre-assessment for
Well,
fractions.
We have the fraction test next week. So,
that's
once
gonna be our like.
once
starting
we-
point.
So we need to go ahead and get all the indicators
We need
then
to-
know
yes,
which ones
correct.
that it's going to hit.
so we can do that on Tuesday.
Okay.
Use fraction assessment 2.
Well, we can create the indicators on Tuesday, and
Let me
then
duplicate this week, Haley.
based off of your kids' fraction test on Thursday, put them in so that way we can start on
I love it.
the following week.
2, 6, and 2, 8.
I'm gonna let Michael do that spreadsheet,
Huh? Which one?
make our fractions one, and then we might need to tinker with it because we'll have to add in comparing and.
Yeah.
I think
That's what
looking at
we'll-
it before we start putting information into it to make sure it flows the best for how we.
I'm gonna let you
It frustrates me to no end.
when it doesn't flow.
Oh my gosh! Listen, this one that we just finished or just about to finish.
There's some room for growth. Listen, we
doesn't
got
make
it done.
sense.
We got it
You're
done,
right. You're right. You're right. It's fine.
but it was the first time we'd done that one, so.
I agree. You'll live and you'll learn.
You didn't even
Did you guys decide if you're gonna do PLC on Friday
I'll try
during
my
planning
best.
or after school?
We'll do Friday during planning.
Mhm.
Okay. If my friend's not here because he's getting sick, I'll be there.
Okay.
What time's your
Okay.
planning? 10:30.
10
10
to
10
10.
to
10.
10:50.
10:05 to 10:50.
Yes.
All right, I'll
It
be
is 10:05.
15 minutes late.
No
but
worries.
I'll come if I can.
Sounds awesome.
I don't know what time of year it is.
Good
I don't even know what's going
good
on.
teamwork.
Wait,
We have
hang
2
on.
items on our agenda for next week.
Our fraction test is on Wednesday next week, not Thursday, so that'll be perfect.
That makes me get the scaries.
Me too.
Let's make it the scariest.
That'll be perfect because then we can insert
Yeah,
data.
did McConnell do
What day is
Wednesday?
Thursday? Is that 2/8?
Fraction test Wednesday.
He would just
Two-
do it.
2/7.
Yeah. Technically,
I
all of
think
my kids
maybe.
sit
Yeah.
small group.
Okay.
Is it
Wednesday.
So
2/7?
like, I always
Um,
bring.
So they're getting their accommodation anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
2/7.
I
So
always
we're gonna
bring
need
them
to
my
insert
table
data
anyways,
during planning and create
'cause
groups during
technically they'll
planning.
get pulled out.
So we
for,
could go
like,
ahead and create
interview
plans
testing.
next
So
Tuesday
I just always
for
bring
each
my table.
indicator.
Yeah.
Does that make
Um,
sense?
It didn't.
And
Hold on.
So I can help you
McConnell
with those
would,
groups.
yeah, McConnell would read to him.
Yeah.
And then if he didn't finish by the time
That's
he
the
left, I would
last
pick up.
time we used it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't be able to do
So-
that before because we have math on Tuesday and this is on Wednesday, so we'll need to create the indicators.
So what I was saying is create the indicators and the plans on Tuesday, and then
Mhm.
put the kids in groups. That way we can use them on
On
Wednesday. But we at
Wednesday,
least already have the
okay.
plans and indicators done
Why aren't you doing anything?
for next
done.
on next
Good.
Tuesday. Like make a plan for each indicator.
Not working hard enough, Zach.
Thursday, Tuesday.
You're asking ChatGPT for numbers.
Fraction data from the test. Yay.
My brain
I'm
is
gonna put
overwhelmed
that
from
in
today,
red.
and I can't
Everybody
think of
sees
numbers right now.
it.
I'm gonna do a big number. 17. That seems like a lot. How about 15?
On our old spreadsheet, I'm just gonna make some notes.
Okay. About fractions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably start working on that in here right now since I have some time.
I'm putting in the other indicators, and you can figure out
Oh shoot, I should be putting all these
flow,
answers.
and then we can go over it.
I mean, I want y'all.
I know we will. You
I have
just
to
do.
ask. I don't.
You just do what you think, and then we'll go over it.
And it will change everything.
We won't change everything. Can find. I need to look at the
I
standard.
can show you.
South Carolina math standards. I want to see the exact wording for equivalent.
Mean fractions
And-
equivalents.
Assign.
Same size.
Two fractions are equal if they are the same size.
Mm-hmm.
Represented using set, area, and linear models. Numbers. Okay, oh, there you go. I think D is one that they struggle with.
Fractions with the same numerator or same.
Yes.
Yes.
Zach, I had there was a question about a pie or a baking dish,
Uh huh.
and it was like this was my baking dish, but this was my friend's baking dish. We both did, or I did 2/4, and they did 1/4. But mine's bigger because it was the size of
The baking
of
dish.
the baking dish. So that fourth was technically bigger than
Then
2/4.
2/4.
Zach was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Asher was like, why did that not make sense?
Yeah, mine struggle. They can do same denominator comparison. It's when it's different denominator and different numerator. It's like mind blown over there.
It's either fraction tiles or cross multiplication. Those are the
Oh,
only
wait,
two
what
ways
template
that my
are you
kids get
using for
equivalent
the-
I'm
fractions.
just putting
One of
in
mine,
the old.
Now that I've taught them
Oh,
cross
she's just
multiplication
like,
though,
here,
to
look.
check
I
their
taught
work,
Putting it
Isaiah.
right
Yeah.
here.
it is, I mean,
you
solved
figure it
all
out.
of my problems with equivalent fractions.
figure it out.
Some of it's hilarious because some of mine want to
just
draw
like it a
fraction
particular
tiles.
way. There's not
I'm
many
like,
things
no,
I care
sweetie,
about.
like you
But-
can't draw those.
You know that.
Grab them.
Like you cannot draw those.
Like, what are you
100%.
doing? Just come grab them.
I
And,
appreciate
like,
the
the
effort.
way
I
that we do
do,
our
but you
spreadsheets
can't
is
draw
better.
fraction tiles.
I don't. It's
Extremely
wrong. Come
better.
grab them.
Because I like now the indicators have numbers above
Yeah.
them. I have formatting that happens on the side and
So this
addition
isn't
and
like
all that.
standard. Like every grade doesn't have these,
I made a template
and then some
that
people
every
follow.
grade has.
Yeah.
But
This
I
is-
have
I'm gonna work on it.
slowly, like
This
this
is some
is
of the
last
best
year.
PLC stuff I've ever seen. Like
Yeah.
the way it's laid out.
Um,
Y'all make
You're
this go.
so
fast.
sweet. Thank you.
There's a lot of.
So kind.
I mean, it takes some time just to learn how to do the things.
Yeah, but it
but,
all
like,
makes sense.
These are
And
the
it's
ones I
very
added.
quick to look
Yeah,
at.
it's a lot of front load before you
see that?
start,
Right.
and
Right,
then
we'll miss it.
after
But it
we
made
start.
your PLC time so fast.
Oh yeah, it adds it up for
That's
us.
amazing.
It averages it. It does all the
So,
things because that's
what
stuff that
about,
I don't
like,
feel like we
being
should
able-
waste our time
not-
on.
No,
if we
right.
do it.
And y'all were able to make
But, like-
decisions and move.
Yeah.
And that was.
I didn't look at
incredible.
the existing indicators. I just added the ones I know we didn't have.
No, I think it's fine. I mean, number lines and mixed numbers are the biggest problem that we have.
I think with
This
these,
is what. So like, this is
It's like
actually
a blank.
yeah. So and this is what I kind of sent to everybody.
Yeah.
And
And
people
then you-
use it this way, but they like I take
the
away.
indicators,
There's
I
not
like to
enough
make sure.
indicator.
You
If
have
there's
to
like
use
not 10
models.
You also
indicators,
need it
I
so
don't
you
need
don't have so
that.
much visual
Linear.
Which really,
and
I made it
what's the other
10
part of
because
the
if there's
standard?
that many
Isn't it-
indicators, you probably
It was
Set
need
area and
narrowing
linear
down
models.
Yeah, it's
more.
easy to
Most
do your
standards
essentials.
don't.
Set
However
linear
you
and
do it.
area models.
We
so
have
that
not
they can
faced a
see,
standard with that many.
Okay.
Even when we
they
do
can find
multiple,
equivalent
like the
fractions with
fractions one,
pictures.
right.
we have
They
like
can find
two,
equivalent fractions.
3 standards.
on
We kind of
number
just it's an
lines.
overarching
Right.
fractions.
tiles.
With
And we
tiles.
don't have
For
quite
the
that.
They
concrete.
can find it in all those different
Um,
ways.
Because you're just picking the ones that are essential.
Yeah, we need
Yes.
to use all
So
options.
when we're making
That's
like
helpful
package
with
sheets.
that's when
understanding
we need
standards.
to make sure they have all of the
Well, that's
above.
what y'all seem to have a
Yes.
really good grasp of your standards in a way
Mhm.
that I haven't seen like other teachers have.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy about standards.
We love a good
But
standard.
they're powerful.
What we can do, the fraction test is next Wednesday. So we can insert data Wednesday during planning
Mhm.
Okay.
and be ready to pull groups Wednesday afternoon.
Does that agenda look good
Does that make
for?
sense?
Can you put that on our
2, 6,
plans?
2, 8.
Because I hear you,
Yes.
but I'll forget it. So
Okay.
can you put a note on our plans for every day what we need to do?
Haley, can you check the agenda for next
To
week
insert
Yeah.
and see if that looks good?
Michael,
Yes.
once you make the spreadsheet, I'm gonna link it in math into this
I feel like I had been read this
Okay.
one.
I love it.
Oh my gosh,
Before,
thank you.
born at the beginning of planning. I put it in all caps. During planning.
Good.
we will create
Good. Good.
Groups for
Chef's
Mwah.
kiss.
Mwah.
functions.
Mwah.
Okay.
Looks great.
All right.
Throw out the standards for me.
3 NSF1,
Okay.
3 NSF2,
I think they're all good with
3
partitioning.
NSF3.
Mhm.
You think they what?
They're all good with partitioning.
They're all good with unit fractions. Like they can.
Yeah. Every now and again, when they start doing mixed numbers, they're like,
They forget what a
6,
denominator and a
3,
numerator is.
I'm like,
Yeah,
Mine-
but that's with mixed numbers.
What
Like
are
if you give them a shape,
After going back
in
over,
reverse, Terry.
after
Crack it
going
up,
back
Terry.
over
if
that
you
grade
give them a
assessment
shape and
on
it's
Monday,
partitioned to 6,
I
they can
think
tell
one of their
you.
problems with just the
They
first
can tell
part
you.
was
It's 316. You're all amazing educators.
thanks.
Go team.
Go team.
Go
Go
team.
team.